Okay, maybe I overdid it on the mods. Hello once again everyone, I'm Atratzu and today we're reviewing Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, one of my favorite RPGs and your one-stop shop for calipers. And I'll tell you this much, you can't get that in Skyrim! I first played Oblivion in high school. It had been right after my brother had stopped playing World of Warcraft, because he had found this one game which would replace all the time he spent playing World of Warcraft. Our mother was skeptical, but she approved. You see, our mom had to approve what we would spend our money on when we were children. Parents who? Freedom what? Anyway, this turned out to be true for Ben. He ended up playing a lot of Oblivion, and because he's such a nice guy, he allowed us to play his game. It wouldn't have been me though. I would have hoarded it in the corner of the room by myself.
And just to make a quick blanket statement, I always called the game Elder Scrolls of Oblivion, which is obviously incorrect. It's gonna end up leaking out of my mouthful at some point, and people are gonna say, "What? That's not the game you're reviewing. You're reviewing the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion." So I'm sorry in advance to disappoint that person. Old habits die hard. I still pronounce Pokemon names incorrectly, but I'll do my best to give the game the correct name. As has been Bethesda's developing trend, they make huge open world games. It's kind of their niche in the market right now. After the success of Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind, they turned their attention to making the next game in their franchise. The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion is an open world RPG developed by Bethesda and released in 2006. Just like its predecessor, it boasts a massive world, highly customizable characters, and on that note, a common thing I hear from people who played Morrowind is the spells aren't nearly quite as good in Oblivion as they were in Morrowind.
It seems there's still a very strong fan base for Morrowind. I'm sorry that I have not played Morrowind yet, everyone. I am but one man. I'm playing, beating, achieving, and gaming as hard as I can. This reviewing stuff is hard work.
I want to be very careful what and how much of the story is revealed in this review. You play as the random chance hero that just so happens to be in the right place at the right time and saves everyone. Here's the thing about the story though. It's quite open-ended. You could beat the main story fast, or slow, or just ignore it altogether and the Oblivion crisis won't even happen. But I'm getting ahead of myself. The first person you meet in the game is this dick of a dark elf in the other cage. He calls you some nasty names and generally cheers you up as you're waiting on death row. But wait, what's that? Someone is coming!
Hello, my name is Uriel Septim VII. I'm voiced by Patrick Stewart. Now stay a while and listen.
Blah blah blah, you're the chosen one. No one else trusts you, blah blah blah. But I do because I'm basically a prophet and because Moses joke. Long story short, you are sent on a quest to return the Amulet of Kings to Uriel Septim's last remaining heir, a monk by the name of Martin. But after getting out of the sewers, you're a free man, woman, kitty, lizard, but not a free bird.
There's no bird race. What do you think of that, chica? I'm just gonna sit there silently. That's how it is.
You're free to go in whatever direction you choose. Do you want to go explore random dungeons? Jolly good. Off you go then. Do you want to talk to random people and do side quests? That's fine. Go find yourself an inn or a random guy on the road and ask about rumors. Do you want to go hunt wildlife? Do you want to go murder city guards? What do you want to do? Why are you standing there? Do something. Blah! Here's the thing. For some people, they see open world games and think,
oh God, how am I going to do all of this?
And they get overwhelmed by it all. I'm not one of those people. I get a tingly adrenaline experience, and I think, this is gonna be amazing! It was my first thought when I saw how huge World of Warcraft was, when I looked out in my Minecraft world and saw an expansive world that just generated as I moved through it, the way I felt about Skyrim. If it takes me a long time to walk over and explore something, this helps me feel like I've been on a grand journey. Again, this style of adventuring isn't for everyone. Some people will complain,
Wah, wah, wah. Give me flying mounts. Let us travel on horseback. I want my mommy.
and on PC there's probably mods you can download, or if you're a dirty cheater you can use console commands. But for you kids using Xbox, you're stuck playing games like me. There's a lot to say about gameplay in Oblivion. The order of information I'm going to provide will be in the order of setting up a new character. So I'll walk you through the early parts of the game. If this doesn't sound appealing to you, too bad. That's what we're doing for this game. Welcome to the character customization screen. This will eat up 90% of your time. You see my time? Most of that was spent in this window tinkering with character customization. Alright, let's start off by examining the basic races. You have male and female, Imperial, Khajiit, male and female of course, Nord, Orc, Redguard, Wood Elf, Argonian, Breton, Dark Elf, High Elf. And back to Imperial.
Except for bird, because we don't have a bird race. Atra is sad. Atratzu, if you will. Or Atra sad. Or Sadsu. Yeah. Neither of those really work well, do they?
As will be a reoccurring theme in this review, Elder Scrolls Oblivion is highly customizable. Do you want to play as a lizard that casts spells and picks locks? You can do that. Do you want to play as a character that only drinks beer and punches? That would be a self-inflicted rule, but you can do that. You can make any race, any class. However, that being said, there are perks for playing a race to a specialized class. Think of it like meta builds. Naturally, I ignored these when I first started playing. I chose my favorite race based on appearances and my favorite weapon. So I played as a Dark Elf using bows and arrows. By the way, the Dark Elf specializes in destruction magic. Let's go for a more meta build this time around. Wood Elf Archer. Now we get to customize our character's appearance, hairstyle, color, etc. Okay, let's go for a Jacksepticeye radioactive monk hair look. Yeah, I think we got a winner right here. But with a new character look, I think we need to change his name. Let's go with Radioactive Monk. It's not the most creative name I've ever come up with, but let's see you come up with something better. Oh snap, he doesn't look like a radioactive monk anymore, now he looks like an Oompa-loompa! Let's fix this name right now. And let's move the slider all the way to Donald Trump. I mean, Oompa-loompa.
Oh! What have I made?
Oh yeah, this is an Oompa-loompa alright. Let's just adjust the features of the various sliders. Rather than subject you to that torture, let's just fast forward to the end result.
The thing that gets me is the punched-in face look. I wasn't even trying to do that. I was trying just to make his face flat and wide. And then this ended up happening.
Let's be honest, it's just really easy to make a hideous character in Elder Scrolls Oblivion. It's actually easier to make hideous characters than to make attractive ones. That being said, you can make attractive characters. But let's face it, you're stuck with me for a reviewer, so you gotta deal with this BS. Sorry, not sorry. Now you have the obligatory tutorial starting area where you jump through all the hoops and the tutorial pops up asking,
Hey! I see you've spent several hundred hours on the game on Steam. Do you want to know how to use WASD?
No, I had no idea. What's this flat rectangle I'm rolling my face against? Oh, this is a keyboard. I know how to keyboard. Midway through the tutorial, you get to select your celestial sign. I'm a Leo, but Cyrodiil has different constellations. So, let's choose something fitting for our character. Let's choose the lady. Why? I'm getting a feminist vibe from our Oompa-loompa-drumpf. And have you looked at his small lady hands? I mean, come on. Come on. You can also customize your class. And, okay. So I'll choose my favorite class status. And, oh, you can name it whatever you want, too. I'd forgotten that. Well, let's see here. Name it Jack of all trades. Not enough characters, okay. How about a clever name? Clever name, not clever girl. Oh God, are you sure you want to be a clever girl? Yes, of course I want to be a clever girl.
Really? I would never have guessed.
Wait, what do you mean by that, jerkface?
Alright, now that I've had my fun for the first few minutes of the game, let's talk about the user interface. Most of this is pretty obvious, but in case you have never played an Elder Scrolls game, or haven't played an RPG since the 90s, you have 3 different colored bars with 3 different flavors. Red is cherry, which is your health. If you lose all your cherry for easy pop, you will die and go meet the 9 divine. The blue is Windex flavored, and represents your mana. If you're some sissy mage healer conjurer, this is equally important as your health, and proper mana management is key. Just like middle management. Sorry, hairball. But I'm an archer, so I don't drink the Windex. Atratzu Reviews is not responsible if you actually drink Windex. Stay in school, kids. Lastly, we have my personal favorite color, green. This represents stamina and is used for acrobatics, so jumping, running, swimming, and using power attacks. This resource is most valuable to melee and archers. If you're a dirty Windex drinking mage, disregard this resource, unless of course you're a beefy mage which also runs. Which might sound funny, but keep in mind you can create your own class and name it whatever you want. Well, I guess whatever you want within the character limits. Oblivion really should only be played in first person. Many developers will let you only play in third or first person. Few let you switch between the modes. You generally get some odd quirks when you play a first-person game in third person. My personal favorite example of this is Mirror's Edge, where it looks like Faith's legs are broken. But the good comedians at Bethesda let us mouse wheel our camera out to see our character. The result? Well, you just need to see it. When it comes to exploring and questing, Bethesda is one of the best developers out there. There's a crazy amount of exploration in Elder Scrolls of Oblivion. I wanted to give a specific number on how many teleportation locations there are in-game, but I'm not going to count all these dots.
Do you know how many nodes are on this map? Leave a comment.
The bad news is, you can't fast travel to these until you've successfully explored them. By that I mean you have to walk over to it and unlock it. The good news is that you can fast travel as many times as you want at no cost. You don't need to walk all the way there again. Once you walk there, you can teleport there, no problem. As a side note, you can't teleport when you're in combat. So if there are enemies nearby and you just like hit a bear in the face and you're like, oh, I want to get away, you can't fast travel. You have to do the old-fashioned way and run away like a little sissy. When it comes to quests, they come in all different shapes and sizes. Naturally, there's the main quest, which is the story for the game. But ultimately, you can quest however you want, explore your own way, quest whenever you want. If you've had enough of Cyrodiil, you can always take a trip to the luxurious paradise known as the Shivering Isles. Meet the locals! Get new exciting armor! Meet Sheogorath.
Greetings! Salutations! Welcome! Now go away! Leave! Run! Or die.
Meet strange exotic creatures. Run away from the locals. Shivering Isles, your mad dreams await you, you crazy person, you.
For you, of course.
Once again, I don't feel like I have much time to talk about the Shivering Isles expansion. It's everything you liked about the Elder Scrolls of Oblivion. Only with the most epic Daedric prince ever. And if your favorite isn't Sheogorath, well, I don't want to hear it. He's the best. Top 10 list right here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sheogorath. All of them Sheogorath.
Don't you think?
Oh, Sheogorath, our precious mad god king. Has this joke gone on for far too long? I had better make a tie-in with the intro for anyone that was confused about me running into a room with tons of stuff. One of the biggest features of Oblivion was having a community which created mods to change the game. From lightsabers to Iron Man armor, the modding community probably has it. Now, I'm not going to go into great detail on the mods because I don't get into heavy modding for my games. I've done it enough to have respect for those that do, but I'd rather play the vanilla version of my game and their vanilla version DLC. My point is there's whole communities and websites dedicated to downloading and installing mods to change your game experience. This can easily add unimaginable longer hours spent playing the game. And to top off a huge open world game already, you can see how this could make Oblivion one of the longest played games around. Oh yeah, there were those special interaction mods I downloaded for my Skyrim wife, Aelia. Hey, I can hear you judging me. Stop! She was hot. She even had the correct face paint. In conclusion, Oblivion is a fantastic open-world RPG. Many people would prefer to play the latest RPG developed by Bethesda, and while it's true that Skyrim has more pretty graphics, there are still reasons to play the older games. I'm not just talking about calipers. Hey, it was a good joke once, let's make it again! Namely, the story and history of Cyrodiil, and being able to just appreciate how far video games have come since 2007. It's really crazy. This used to be the most beautiful thing we'd ever seen. So was Half-Life 2 once upon a time, but now it looks so fake and rubbery. Don't get me wrong though. I think Oblivion has aged very well and is charming. It deserves recognition for the impact that it's had on my own personal gaming history as well as many of you out there. Anyway, my name is Atratzu, and I approve this review.
Hello everyone! As always, thank you for watching and thumbing up my videos. It means more to me than you probably can know. We've hit 6 months, half a year, and so far this journey has been way more successful than I could have possibly hoped or imagined. By my count, just how many of you are interested in watching these videos is really surprising, and it means a lot to me. But what's that? Do I hear you say that you want to help the channel grow more? Well, I'm glad you asked. Thumbing it up, sharing to your friends, sharing to social media, that all helps make the channel grow. You also could write URLs on bathroom stalls. Actually, wait. That might not be such a good idea. I don't think I like the idea of my URL being on bathrooms and stalls. That'd be kind of gross. I don't want to be associated with. Don't do that one. But all the other ones, definitely do all the other ones. Sharing, subscribing, all that good stuff. If you missed my latest reviews, last month was Indie Month. And if you're interested, I'll probably make the reviews just show up on some part of the screen, probably over here, or maybe over there. I don't know. Probably like over in this area. If not over here, then probably over here. I don't know. Pointing at annotations doesn't work really well because I'm still not familiar with where it's gonna pop up. But it'll be somewhere around in this area.
To say